What's in the toy box today, folks? Let's find out. Oh, well, first, let's move this Slambulance out of the way. Oh, my goodness, folks. Let's open the toy box. So many wrestling figures to choose from. What will Bigsteviepump choose? Find out next on Tales from Collector's Paradise featuring Bigsteviepump. Tales from Collector's Paradise, hosted by yours truly, Bigsteviepump. Hey guys, welcome to Tales from Collector's Paradise, featuring yours truly, Bigsteviepump, right here on BSPN, the Bigsteviepump Network. Guys, I appreciate you continuing to join me every week and subscribe. The channel's growing, and like and comment, and checking out my Facebook page and my Twitter page and my Instagram page. Thank you guys. And the website, remember, BeACollectibles.com. Checking all that out. So thank you guys. So we've got a whole lot of stuff to get into. You saw the toy box full of action figures, wrestling figures specifically. Well, anybody that knows Bigsteviepump knows that he's a big wrestling figure fan. And wrestling fan. You probably saw my videos of the room tour. So you saw how many wrestling figures I have. So at Christmas time, usually I save up figures to open up, that I acquire over a course of a couple of months. And then I open them up at Christmas time as a present to myself. So, Merry Christmas to Bigsteviepump, and Merry Christmas to you too. And, even belated if you're watching this beyond Christmas. So it's Christmas Eve, folks. So we've got a big wrestling figure blitz to get into. So I'm going to just knock them out kind of waves at a time. So the first wave we've got, Phil the Fury, by the way, Brock Lesnar, and he's not really in this line. I don't have a figure of him today, but I wore this because he's closely associated and related to the other figures in the line. So what it is, it's called Decade of Domination. And it's any guy that was a part of the WWE line in 2010 when Mattel first signed on with WWE to produce the action figures. So this line is kind of a flashback line. It's a chronicle of a bunch of, older versions of popular characters or whatever, kind of, flashing back to 2010 or whatever, something like that. Or, maybe even earlier than that, but it's paying homage to that. And I believe a few of them figures, hold on just a second, folks. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something. That's right. Actually, I didn't even have to go that far. They're right here in my pocket. Some of the figures we're going to review a John Cena. And look at this John Cena, folks. I mean, you want to talk about an awesome figure. Look at all of the articulation. I mean, boom, he can do that. He can do that. He can spring load. I mean, we've got a Randy Orton. Look at the detail on the tattoos. I mean, man, you want to talk about nailing an action figure, and the one we want, Mark Henry. Here he is, folks, Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Boom, he can do that. I mean, what other action figure do you know that can do that? I'm just kidding, folks. These are some little rumblers that I found. I picked them up in a yard sale find. But no, we got some real figures, the big figures. Those are real figures, but those are little rumblers. Anyway, they're fun. We've got some other better figures coming. Stick around. All right, guys. Having some fun today, but you might have noticed the Slambulance. So I've been wanting to open this and review this on my show for a while, and I could never really find the right time to work it in. So what happened, my nephews were over here, and the youngest one, he really likes cars and vehicles and stuff like that. So I thought I would, let him open it and let him play with it for a little bit. So he got a couple little scuffs on it, but that's all right. He's a kid. He's having fun. They're toys, When you got a room full of toys, your nephews are going to want to come check them out. That's just how it is. But this thing kind of explodes a little bit, and then it's got this part out of the side. Well, one thing I was going to show, if you hit the license plate here, you can hit this and watch the stretcher here. Boom, is going to explode out the back. I hope it didn't mess it up and hit the toy box. Anyway, but you see here, that's what happens. And from the inside, you can actually You could have them, say, fighting on the inside, and boom, that can bust out. Or you can have them bust up through the top, boom. Or you can have the top bust in. But I don't know if you can see, there is actually some stuff on the walls in there. This is a $40 piece. Okay, I guess, yeah, you can see it there. Some kind of computer-looking screens and stuff. This is a cool toy for what it is, man. You know, it's $40. And you're not really probably going to find it on sale because they're gone, man. I mean, they put out a couple and they're gone. It's like, I don't know. It's a pretty hot item. I think it's cool. Always wanted an ambulance for my guys, a nice little prop. So now I have one. So you know what? Stick around. We got the action figures coming up, folks. Hang tight. All right. And there you see the Decade of Domination. And we're just going to start here. Natalya, John Cena, Randy Orton, Mark Henry. See, I told you I had some John Cena, Randy Orton, and Mark Henry figures coming up for you. And then Undertaker. And then that second Undertaker there is actually a Walmart exclusive. So all of these come from Walmart, and they come in on a big shipper pallet display. And my main man, Lane, scored those for me. Hang tight. I'm going to show the back, then we're going to get them open. And there's the backs of all of them. Natalya, John Cena, Orton, Mark Henry, Undertaker, and other Undertaker. And there's a good opportunity if you guys wanted to pause it and zoom in or whatever and try to read any of that stuff. Hang tight. Hey, and I bet you were thinking you weren't going to see the good old Buck 382-1 in action. Well, think again, folks. There it is. Hey guys, Bigsteviepump here, and here's the deal. I've gotten myself in a little bit of hot water with Cousin Davey, you know, the other owner of RememberBeACollectibles.com. He's been giving me grief over a couple of purchases I made, because he's like, Bigsteviepump, why in the world do we still have these Dr. Dooms left in stock? I said, oh, I don't know, Cousin Davey, maybe it's because it's in this plain white package. Maybe I should open it up and see, you know, so people can see what it looks like. So we're going to do that. And he says, well, that might be it. Well, there's a Dr. Doom. I don't know why anybody wouldn't buy that, Cousin Davey. And he's like, you know, he maybe thinks that's it. Well, then he says, Cousin Bigsteviepump, why in the world do we still have this ridiculously sized package Kingpin figure left in stock? I said, I don't know, Cousin Davey. Maybe it's because it's a ridiculously sized package. He said, that might be it. I said, or maybe it's just because people don't realize that RememberBeACollectibles.com has these figures in stock right now. Head there and tell them Bigsteviepump sent ya. All right, guys, and we're back. So up first here, let's go ahead and get to Natalya. We'll just bring her in here, and I think that Natalya is pretty cool. I think they did a pretty good job with her, and once again, of course, you know, they always got the really good articulation. I don't really necessarily love the likeness on the face. I mean, it's okay. But, you know, I'm going to show all the little extra hands and stuff at the end. But let's go ahead and get the Doctor of Thugonomics up here. John Cena. Look at this Cena. Like, now, shame on you for the plastic shirt. Give me the real cloth, guys. Come on. And another shame on you that Mattel always does. They just kind of mold this all as one piece and they paint over it. And you can always just tell that the paint color just doesn't quite look right. The way they do Cena. Every Cena is the exact same when it comes to that. But and he's got the, you know, Doctor of Thugonomics, you know, hang loose hands on or whatever. And he comes with other hands. And like I said, I'm going to show that stuff in a minute. Let's see if we can get a look at Cena's face. And the shirt, you know, it just clasps on the side there and you can just take it off. And you got the chain necklace. I do like that. I am a fan of that. Of course, the sweet bucket hat. The Doctor of Thugonomics, man. You can't see me. And he does come with the you can't see me hands. And like I said, we'll show that at the end. Randy Orton. Now, the cool thing about Orton, and he comes with an extra head. Once again, I'm going to show that. I'm going to show all the accessories at one time in one fell swoop. But I've got this one on. There's a few of them I may have on, but the sling, I did have to take his head off in order to get the sling to work. But there you can see the tattoos, the early Randy Orton tattoos. You know, it's not the full sleeve like he has now. Of course, you know, the original, you know, trunks when he first come out. And that's, I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty glad to get a figure of this, of how he looked when he first come out. And he like immediately kind of injured his arm when he debuted. And then they started doing like this report with Randy Orton. He was giving updates. It was pretty funny. It was pretty good. But anyway, I like that Orton figure. And like I said, and it comes with the other head that looks, you know, also a younger Orton, but when he come back kind of from the arm injury. And man, Mark Henry. And this figure, I'm a closet Mark Henry fan, and it's probably not even that much in the closet. Everybody knows I love the world's strongest man. And real quick, take his hat off there. Yeah, got the close hair, not completely bald and not with the dreads like his later career. There is a Mark Henry I'm missing. It was a Toys R Us exclusive. He's in the sexual chocolate outfit. And it was the Toys R Us exclusive, the last line they had before they went out of business. And those figures barely saw daylight. And Bigsteviepump never saw them, sadly. So, I did acquire the Bobby the Brain Heenan out of that line and the Triple H out of that line. But there was a Big Show and a Mark Henry. Big Show had a full beard and everything. He was really cool. But I didn't get him, and I didn't get the Mark Henry. Still on the hunt. But let's pay our proper respects to the dead man. Look at that, folks. Rest in peace. I really like the hands. I think I'm going to keep these kind of, you know, mystic hands on. And I kind of left him in this, like, mystic pose. I'm also a fan of the vinylish, you know, jacket, cloth. Kudos, real cloth jacket, or, you know, it's kind of vinylish. They did an excellent job. Look at the, you know, these stirrups or whatever you want to call them. It's, you know, sock type things. I like that the tie, the way they did it, it's not molded. It's got an elastic piece. Very good. I mean, good job, Mattel. This figure right here, man, I mean, it's, look at his face. Let's see if we can get a close-up. Look at those eyes, man. And I'm not a huge Undertaker fan per se. Like, I never really rooted for him a lot. I mean, yeah, if he's fighting Kamala, I'm going to root for the Undertaker. But as far as when he's fighting Triple H and even Brock Lesnar, I was one of the few people probably that was glad to see Brock Lesnar in the street. Brock Lesnar, feel the fury. Now, this Undertaker is more of, you know, how he, I guess, most recently looked like one of his, you know, WrestleMania costumes or whatever. I mean, look at this. This is cool. The hat comes off, and you can see here. Get a look at his face. It's old, dead man. But the jacket, see, this one, of course, is a hard rubber, a hard vinyl, and this is the Walmart exclusive, like I said. But I really like, you can peel the jacket back a little bit. I like this outfit, you know, kind of like the leather pants and then just the, you know, singlet style shirt or whatever. I'm a big fan of this Undertaker too. I like the other one better because it's, you know, more vintage and retro or whatever. But I think they did a good job with this Undertaker. And yeah, of course, once again, the double jointed knees. I'm a big fan of the double jointed knees. Good job. Thank you for finally making that a thing. You know, it's been a thing, I guess, but it's like, you know, they keep doing better and better work to improve these figures. So let's hang tight and let's get a look at them with all their accessories. All right, and here we are. Let's just go ahead and start in with Natalya here. So she comes with, you can see the Divas belt on that little nice little podium, and this is a plastic. It's, you know, one big plastic piece, and then she comes with extra hands. Natalya, folks. The Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. Word Life. He comes with the Word Life hands, and those actually come off. These are not permanently attached. I snapped them on there. And then he's got the You Can't See Me hands. John Cena. Randy Orton with Sling. And then you can see other young Randy Orton face. And then, of course, he's got fists on. And then there's the semi-open hands. A weight. And then, of course, you see there closed hands. Fists, rather. And then Mark Henry, closed hands and fists. There's the open hands. And Mark Henry, Nation of Domination. Very pleased to add that to the collection. And then Undertaker with said mystic hands. I don't know. And then he comes with the semi-open hands, semi-closed, whatever. The grasping hands. And then you've got the newer Undertaker of how he looks, more now. And he's retired now, but anyway, you see this is a more recent attire of Undertaker. And then he's got the open hands on, the pretty good open hands. And then these are semi-open hands, like less of an open, for lack of a better description. So you can see them all here. Back them up. All right. And I will be back with some final thoughts. Hang tight. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's show. I hope you enjoyed the Decade of Domination line from Walmart and then the extra Undertaker, from Walmart. I really enjoyed opening those figures up. I really appreciate you guys continuing to join me, continuing to subscribe and like and comment and grow the channel and hashtag Pump Squad. And there's a lot more wrestling figure videos to come, among other videos as well, folks. So keep tuning in because I'm going to be cranking out the content. I'm going to go ahead and give you the Big Stevie Pump guarantee on that. Big Stevie Pump out! Hells from Collector's Paradise, hosted by yours truly, Big Stevie Pump. Man, I just can't get over how awesome that these little rumblers are. I mean, the articulation is just out of this world. I would have just never have thought that these would be that good, but they are.